Yes, people, Arsenal with Ash. Big game this weekend. Man City at home. It's a huge one. A massive game for both teams. We currently sit 6 points ahead of them. Obviously, they're not having the best season at all. They've kind of fallen off a cliff this season. They're not challenging for the title. But if they beat us in this game, they're only 3 points behind us. And after the turbulent season they've had, that's not good. We have to win this game. Have to. Obviously, we know who we're coming up against. They've got ballers all over the pitch, but I'm confident that we can go and win this game. Since that mad long run they went on of losing games, I don't think that they haven't lost a game this year in 2025 so far. They've kind of found a bit of form. Obviously, in midweek they managed to come from 1 goal down at half time to win the game 3-1 and scrape it through, should I say, to the playoff round in the Champions League. We've seen today they've drawn Real Madrid in that. But yeah, in the league last week, they beat Chelsea at home again from 1-0 down, 3-1 win. That was an impressive win for them, considering obviously what they've had to endure and obviously the start to that game. But yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a tough game. We know what Man City can do. There's gonna be a bit of spice in it. We know what happened at their place at the Etihad earlier in the season when we drew 2-2, last minute goal from John Stones after we had to hold out for 45 minutes with 10 men. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, man. And the players should be as well. This is an opportunity to put a marker down. Obviously, we would have known the Liverpool result already. They played Bournemouth away on the Saturday. So we could either be going into this game 9 points behind, or we could still be 6 points behind or 7 points behind and have a chance to gain ground on them. So yeah, it's a big game, huge game. I think in terms of the team that we're going to be able to put out, I think there's obviously doubts over Raya. He didn't play in the midweek game. There's what do we put in the front three? Do we start with Ethan in the form that he's in? But yeah, like I said, it'll be interesting. There'll be so many little different tactical battles over the pitch. Haaland against Gabriel and Saliba again. We know what happened in the first game. Haaland and Gabriel had a little bit of a something there. Are they going to play their new signing Marmoush up there, or are they going to play De Bruyne on the right hand side? Could we see Lewis Skelly up against a Savinho? Or is Pep gonna go with like a more conservative front three in terms of like Foden or Grealish, in terms of like trying to get some more control? I don't know. I think he's gonna come to the Emirates with a transition approach. Try and kind of not sit in, because that's not really his style, but concede control a bit of the game and see if they can hit us on the break with transitions. And the likes of Marmoush, Doku, if he's fit, Savinho's flying at the moment, by the way. He's found some form, and then obviously Haaland, the absolute monster up front. And that could be the game plan he goes with, because if he goes with the control approach and we get to transition on them, we've got the players that can hurt them. Obviously in midfield, we can overrun them as well. So yeah, it'll be a very interesting tactical battle. And Pep always seems to try something a little bit different at the Emirates. But yeah, we can't afford to drop points. We need to win this game, put a marker down, and I'm confident the boys can do it. I think in midfield is where the game is going to be won. Declan Rice, if he's at it at his best, Odegaard needs to get on that ball and start influencing the game, and Thomas Partey needs to have a good game as well. And I think if those three click, then we will overrun their midfield, because their physicality in midfield is what's been hurting them. And then in defence, they can be got at. There's those chances to be made. Martinelli's the type of player that will rise to the big games. So I'm confident that, especially if they've got Nunes out there, Martinelli can mash him up. Nunes has brain farts. You saw what he done against United. I think he had a moment against Club Brugge as well in midweek. So yeah, we can hurt him on that side. And then through the centre of pitch, just Havertz just troubling them, dropping off of the defenders, then going, getting physical with them, all of that sort of stuff. So I'm confident that the boys can actually do something here. I am confident. But the main thing is, and what's been our problem since obviously Saka's gone out, is putting the ball in the back of the net. And we have to be able to do that. Have to put the ball in the back of the net and finish our dinner. Otherwise, they will hurt us. Because if they get chances, if you give Haaland a sniff at goal, he's most likely going to take it. But yeah, obviously in terms of the transfer front, we don't have any new additions. Don't know what's happening. I can see it starting to brew within the fan base online that it's going to get toxic if we don't bring anyone in. And then if we lose this game, add insult to injury, whew, I don't even want to imagine what's going to happen. But yeah, I am still quietly confident the club will do something. Obviously, they are leaving it so late, and it's just getting ridiculous. But I think they will do something. So let's just see what happens. Let's focus on this game. Make sure we win this game, and keep our title hopes alive. But yeah, in terms of my predicted 11, hopefully David Raya is fit, because if Neto's in goal, that's another thing we've got to deal with. That's going to be nerve wracking. But yeah, hopefully David Raya is fit, so I'll go David Raya in goal. Right back Timber, of course. Saliba, Gabriel goes without saying. And do you go Calafiori or Miles Lewis Skelly? I think we'll go Miles Lewis Skelly. He's not put a foot wrong. Obviously, last week the controversy of the red card. So obviously he didn't play for most of that game. Midweek he only played like the last 10 minutes, so he's going to be fresh and ready to go. And I think he's the type of player that will rise to this occasion. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Miles, although Calafiori was fantastic midweek. But yeah, I think Miles keeps his place. Midfield, I'm going with a Partey, Rice, Odegaard midfield, and that's, like I said, where the game will be won, in my opinion. So if Partey can be on it, driving through that midfield, Declan Rice just absolutely just running through that midfield, defensively, offensively, he can cause them all sorts of problems. And then Odegaard, he needs to get on the ball, influence the game, cause problems, create chances, and then yeah, hopefully we can do the job. And then in the front three, um, so I would go Martinelli on the left, because I think he can cause them problems and he loves a big game, especially at the Emirates. Havertz through the middle, and I'd go Ethan Waneri on the right. I'm praying Arteta has the guts to throw him in this game, just off the back of a Champions League man of the match. Um, Trossard ain't done nothing special to be playing this game. Sterling ain't done enough. Ethan on that side, it's just the balance as well of having a left-footed player on that side. It will just help the team so much, and I think will be such an offensive threat. And we can trust him. We can trust him. We've seen him. He does his work defensively. The only thing with him, obviously, he just needs to work on his decision making. But he's young. But we need that player that's just going to be fearless, going to take the game to them, have a moment of magic as well. So yeah, I'd throw Ethan in there and say, go on, do your thing. Um, but yeah, let me know your thoughts, your comments. Let me know what you think. In terms of my prediction, I'm gonna go with a 3-1 Arsenal win. I know last season it was a cagey, boring game, where Martinelli got a late deflected goal. But I think this one will be a little bit more open. I think we'll managed to get a few more chances. They are going to try and nullify us, of course. But I think we might have just a bit too much for them, and I hope I'm right. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 win. I'm going to go with Martinelli to score. I'm going to go with Declan Rice. Um, and I'm going to go with Gabriel from a corner again against City. So yeah, let's hope I'm right. Let me know your thoughts, your predictions, how you feel about that lineup. Would you go with Ethan as well, or would you put Trossard in there or Sterling? Um, what would you do at left back? Would you put Calafiori there instead of Lewis Skelly? So yeah, let me know your thoughts, predictions. Hit that notification bell, like, share, comment, subscribe, and let's hope that we do the job. Come on, boys. Let's go.